All right, let's talk about something we've all experienced. You know that weird feeling when an ad seems to be, well, following you around the internet? It's not in your head, and today we're going to pull back the curtain and show you exactly how it all works.
I mean, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? You're just minding your own business, scrolling through your feed, reading an article, and bam, there they are, that pair of sneakers you looked at 3 days ago. It's like the internet is reading your mind.
So the story goes like this. You pop onto a website, you click on a product, maybe you even get as far as putting it in your shopping cart, but then you leave. You move on. But here's the thing. The internet doesn't forget. Pretty soon, that same exact product starts showing up everywhere. This isn't just some weird coincidence. It's a very deliberate, very powerful marketing strategy called remarketing.
So the big question is, how on earth do they know? How do they know what you were looking at? Well, the answer is in the little digital trail, the breadcrumbs we all leave behind every time we go online. Let's break down how this whole thing is even possible.
The secret sauce here is something you've heard of a million times, the cookie. And no, not the delicious kind. A cookie is just a tiny little file, a bit of code that a website saves on your computer or phone. Think of it like a little digital name tag. It just tells that website, hey, this person has been here before. It's the first breadcrumb in the trail.
And that brings us to the main event, remarketing. You might also hear it called retargeting. It's pretty much the same thing. It is literally the strategy of using those cookie breadcrumbs to find you again out on the wild web. A marketer sees that you visited their site, so they use big ad networks to show you their ads on all the other websites you visit. It's basically a super targeted reminder designed to get you to come back.
Okay, so now we get how it works on a technical level, but let's get into the why. Why is this strategy so incredibly effective? Well, it all comes down to some really interesting psychology and how these ads are designed to give our brains a little nudge.
See, these ads aren't really trying to convince you of something brand new. Their real magic is that they act as a catalyst. They're built to speed up a decision you're already thinking about making. It's all about turning that, maybe later, into a, you know what, I'm getting it now.
To really get it, just think about the two ways we buy things. First, there's the planned purchase. It's rational. You need milk, so you go buy milk. Simple. But then there's the impulsive purchase. That's all emotion. You see something cool and you just want it. Remarketing is an absolute master at triggering that impulsive side of our brain, bringing that thing you wanted right back to the front of your mind.
So how does it do that exactly? Well, it hits you on a few different levels. It might just rekindle that interest you forgot you had, or it can create a new sense of urgency. And honestly, just seeing a brand over and over again builds a sense of familiarity, which our brains interpret as trust. All these things work together to forge this little emotional connection, keeping that product right there in your thoughts until you finally say, okay, fine, I'll buy it. Okay, let's flip the script. Let's put on our marketer hat for a second. From their perspective, this isn't about creepily following you around. For a business, this is all about getting a personalized second chance. Look, from a marketer's point of view, the goal is actually really straightforward. The vast majority of people who visit a website for the first time, they leave without buying anything. It's just a fact. Remarketing is the tool they use to reach back out to that massive group of people who already showed they were interested. They've already raised their hand and said, I might want this. Remarketing is just asking, are you sure? But here's where it gets really smart. They don't treat every visitor the same, they slice them up into different groups. So if you just visited the homepage and bounced, you might see a general ad for the brand. But if you looked at a specific pair of boots, you're going to see an ad for those exact boots. And the real VIPs, the people who put something in their cart and then left, they were so close. They're probably going to get an ad with a special discount to push them right over that finish line. And this is where it gets really sophisticated. They can use what are called dynamic ads that automatically pull in the photos of the exact products you were looking at. They can send you special offers, custom messages, all based on what you did on their site. It's all about making that ad feel less like a billboard and more like a personal invitation to come on back.
So, we know the psychology works, and we know the tools are there, but does it actually, move the needle? Let's talk about the bottom line, because the data here is pretty wild. When you put a remarketing campaign up against a standard ad campaign, well, it's not even a fight. Studies show that remarketing can boost the conversion rate. That's the percentage of people who actually buy something by as much as 25%. That is a huge deal for any business.
And it's not just about getting more sales, it's about getting them more efficiently.
Because you're only talking to a warm audience, people who already know who you are, you're not wasting money trying to get a complete stranger's attention. That can actually lower the cost of getting a new customer by up to 22%. So you get more sales for less money. It's a win-win.
And when you look at the data like this, side by side, the conclusion is just obvious. You can see this huge, measurable difference in performance. From a business standpoint, not doing this is kind of like leaving money just sitting on the table. But, and you knew there was a but coming, right? It's not a perfect system. There is a very, very fine line. While a lot of people do react positively to these gentle reminders, there is a real risk. Too much repetition, seeing the same ad over and over, leads to something called ad fatigue. And when an ad goes from being helpful to being just plain annoying, it can actually hurt the brand.
And that really brings us to the final big question, the one for you to think about. Where is that line exactly? When does a helpful, personalized reminder cross over and become too much, too invasive? That's really the central question in all of digital marketing today. And you know what? The answer is probably a little different for everybody. Thanks for digging into this with me.